Well, turning to Washington now, where a group of bipartisan senators are getting ready to unveil a new infrastructure framework. But you know, not all Democrats are on board. Some senators say that time, though, is running out to make a deal with Republicans. And the Democrats may forge ahead with a separate $6 trillion package without any GOP support. Rich Edson, live now in Wilmington, Delaware. That's where the president has been spending his Father's Day weekend. Rich?
Hey, good afternoon, Eric. And the White House says President Biden will make this a priority when he returns to Washington next week. Negotiations with Democrats and Republicans on an infrastructure proposal. There is that bipartisan group of senators. They're working on about $1 trillion proposal. Senator Joe Manchin, Democrat of West Virginia, is part of that group. He says the group will release its framework by Wednesday, the latest, as Republicans say a deal is ready to go if the White House is willing.
President Biden, if you want an infrastructure deal of $1 trillion, it's there for the taking. You just need to get involved and lead.
And Republicans are negotiating with Democrats, and Democrats are negotiating also with other Democrats. A number of progressive Democrats say that $1 trillion bill just isn't enough. They say that they need to add on to more to that. They're discussing around $6 trillion, perhaps, on a bill that they say would address their priorities.
The vast majority of Democrats understand that you cannot go forward without addressing the crises facing the planet and working people. Whether you could deal it with two, we will see.
In order to do that, they would have to likely line up all Democratic support in the U.S. Senate, 50 votes there, and then get their members online in the House as well. Also, a little bit of foreign policy news. Iran has elected a new president, a hardline president. To that, the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told Chris Wallace this morning that in the middle of these negotiations to return the United States to the Iran nuclear deal, that 2015 agreement, that it's almost, I don't want to say irrelevant according to the administration, but in a way they say that it's the Ayatollah who calls the shots there, not the president of Iran. And so the impact of this election may be somewhat negligible, according to the administration, when they look into whether or not the U.S. is going to jump back into that agreement and whether the Ayatollah ultimately signs off, whether in the past presidential administration there or the one that's now scheduled to take over in a couple of months. Eric, back to you.
All right, Rich, thank you. Arthel?
So, Eric, meantime, Israel's newly sworn-in prime minister urging world leaders to think twice before entering a nuclear agreement with Iran. Naftali Bennett opening his first cabinet meeting with a warning that the hardline president Iran elected yesterday, that Rich was just reporting about, would bring a, quote, regime of brutal hangmen. Trey Yingst is live in Jerusalem with more details. Trey.
Arthel, good afternoon. After voting on Friday, Iran has elected a new president. Conservative Judge Ibrahim Raisi received 62% of the vote amid uniquely low turnout in the Islamic Republic. We do know Raisi spoke shortly after the results were in yesterday, saying this.
I'd like to offer my gratitude to the very dear, honorable and vigilant people. I thank the Almighty God for the dear people's trust in this serving seminary student. I hope I can respond well to the people's confidence, votes and kindness during my term.
Raisi also discussed his support of the 2015 nuclear deal, but only under terms laid out by Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei. His comments came as a sixth round of nuclear talks wrapped up in Vienna, Austria this weekend. Diplomats say progress is being made, though no direct talks between the United States and Iran are taking place. Previously, the Biden administration refused to lift any sanctions until behavior by Iran changed. Though slowly, President Biden is indicating economic pressure could be lifted under the right circumstances. Now, though, all parties will have a chance to return home for political discussions about the talks.
Delegations will come back from capitals with clearer instructions, clearer ideas on how to finally close the deal. This round has taken place against important political developments.
Amid Iranian elections and progress in nuclear talks, Israel's new prime minister, Naftali Bennett, did speak today here in Jerusalem discussing the situation, saying world leaders should reconsider their support of a new Iran nuclear deal, given the fact that Ibrahim Raisi was just elected in Iran. Arthel?
Very interesting. Live there in Jerusalem, Trey Yanks. Thanks, Trey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.